There are some insane deals on leases on Teslas, but who knows? It might be Toyotathon. Sometimes there are good deals on those leases too. Well, Jim, the Iowa Tesla guy, Jim Spencer's here. We're going to talk all about leases, when it makes sense, when it doesn't, and what you should look for and why you should look for it. I'm Brian. Welcome to Future Awesome. So, Jim, we had a chance to talk about this a little bit a week or two ago. What do you know what the latest lease offer is as of at least the end of March when we made this?
It's pretty, well, for the Model 3, it's pretty darn cheap right now. It's like under $300 a month.
Yeah, I want to say it's $299, what, 3,000 down or something like that?
Yeah.
Or you can do a purchase at 1.9.
0.99, I think I saw on the windshield today, yeah.
Yeah, so that's insane. That's pretty ridiculous. So what you got going on is, the question is, for who is this a good deal? For who is this a bad deal? Well, I mean, I know people who would never do a lease.
I was one of those people. I said, I don't want to lease a car because you never own a car. You have to turn the car in and you don't have anything to show for it. However, I have a hardware 3 car and my car is 2020 Model Y. It's perfectly good, except it's hardware 3. And the car is actually in better shape than the software. And it's for the first time I thought, this is like a computer. This is a computer on wheels and it's going to obsolete itself pretty darn quick. So having a lease, if I had leased it, I could just turn the car in, continue my lease, and have a brand new car. So
now the deals weren't quite as aggressive and attractive back then. That's a really good deal. $199, you get 10,000 miles.
Yeah.
And you can adjust it to 12,000. I don't remember what the price difference is. You can go to the website and look for yourself. And part of the deal is that $7,500 credit is effectively the down payment.
Right.
So that becomes a good deal. So I guess what I would say is, when is leasing not better?
One, you use a lot of miles. Follow my channel, you know I do a lot of road tripping. 10,000, even 12,000 miles in a year is simply not enough. And if you exceed those numbers, you're really gonna get dinged. Also, if you're the type of person that likes to keep a car for a very long time and you can pay it off and then live with it for a long time, pay it off, the money factor might work out well there too.
I would agree. There are people who will buy a new car once every 20 years.
Yeah.
And for them, they'll make payments for a couple years or pay cash, whatever it may be, and then just have a car and drive it until it dies. And that is a good strategy. I would argue most people getting new cars don't do that. I think most new car buyers are 3 to 5 year buyers.
Yeah, a lot. My sister is one of those where she just turns a car every year. I was the type of person, until I got a Tesla, I had a car until it died. I didn't have to, everyone said, what's the resale value? I was like, I don't care.
Right.
The next place it's going is the junkyard.
Right.
And I keep it that long. So I think the younger people especially are starting to view cars more as a service as opposed to an asset. And it's weird for me as a middle-aged guy to twist my brain around that, but it's like, I don't have and own my own power plant to create my own electricity. I purchase it as a service. It's a consumable.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are now viewing cars as consumables. And maybe if you think about it that way, it's not so bad because, my car, even though I bought it, it has depreciated a ton.
Yes.
And if I run the math over the last 4 years, and if I didn't have the mileage consideration, it might have been better off leasing.
If you do something like this, if you're turning a car in on a lease every 3 years, what you've got is a car that's always under warranty, that you never have to fix, and it's a car that doesn't have maintenance anyway. In those 3 years, you're going to change your washer fluid 2 or 3 times, add a gallon, and by the way, the reservoir holds a gallon.
Exactly.
So you don't end up with a partial gallon.
It's awesome.
I couldn't believe it. I thought,
Why has nobody thought of that until now?
For 100 years we've been doing this and just figured it out. How can you spot a good or bad lease?
You got to read the terms. You got to really run the numbers of what's right for you. I mean, look at the mileage, look at the down, see if there's any hidden fees or costs that they want to bury in there. The answer is that there's actually no one good or bad lease. It's really highly dependent on your particular need and how it fits into your lifestyle and your buying habits.
So why would Tesla, or I've seen other companies do these crazy lease offers. Why do companies do them? Why is it good for the company?
Well, it moves cars. I mean, it's a low monthly payment. I mean, it's a really great way of saying, I mean, it's hard to argue a $300 a month payment
Right.
with very little down. And that's very attractive to a lot of people, especially people that don't have a lot of disposable income.
So then, now you said you don't generate your own gasoline at home. Um, did you know that some people generate their own electricity at
Yeah,
home?
with solar panels, I guess. Yeah.
I guess they could. I guess they could. Or a treadmill. You would only have to pedal, I think, 9 million miles
Oh, is that
for a
all?
full. I don't think you could. I don't think you could charge.
We should try.
You couldn't overcome phantom drain, but it would be hilarious to try. You'd be jacked
Yeah.
and probably die at some point along the way. There are, when you're dealing with, have you bought a car from a dealership, a legacy dealership?
Yes.
How was the experience? Pretty good, I bet?
Terrible.
Oh, Well,
Surprise.
now I've heard everything.
Yeah.
It is terrible. I've got an interview coming up, or maybe it's already out, with Josh West, who spent a lot of years, 17 years, in car sales.
Right.
And I asked, how different is the deal that I will get on a brand new this versus he will get? And he said, you could rub shoulders and have a $10,000 difference in what we paid. And it's insane. Does Tesla do that?
No, absolutely not. No haggling, no bargaining. You go to the website, you click the button, and everybody gets the same deal.
Do you remember what they used to call it when a car dealership would advertise that the price is the price? I think they called it no or sticker.
Okay.
You know that one?
No, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, because you don't have to dicker over the price. It was a no dicker sticker. Isn't that what I said the first time?
We'll have to review the tape on that one.
Let's not review the tape. We'll just assume that I said it correctly and that I didn't misspeak. Certainly.
Dick or stick or.
It's
It's an enigma.
Here's the thing. When I went to buy the Tesla, I looked online. I tried to find what financing rates were, and I really struggled to find financing rates online for a new car purchase. I went to the app. I placed the order. It said, do you want to finance? I filled out the stuff, and it said, I think we can get you in at 7. I was like, 7's pretty good. That's better than I was seeing online. And I thought, you know what? They don't know what they can get me in at. If it's less than 7, they're going to keep the spread. And it came in I got a notification 2 days later. No, it came in less than 7. You get it.
It's amazing.
It would have been effortless to steal that money from me. And it's not stealing, really. It's a little unethical, but not illegal. So I think it's just kind of a different kind of company operating in a different kind of way.
Very different. And it's the model that everybody should be going to. And it's why the Legacy Auto is fighting so hard against this. I mean, in the state of Iowa, where I'm from, it is illegal for Tesla to sell direct to its customers. They have a service center. They have cars at the service center. You walk in and you say, how much is this car? And they're like, we can't say anything about that. Go
One
to
of
the
life's
website.
great mysteries. Well, one of Iowa's great mysteries.
We have many.
Yes, yes. And so it's crazy. Can you do test drives in Iowa?
You can.
Okay.
You can.
And you just have to pull out your own phone
Yeah.
and place
They,
the
they
order.
can't talk numbers. They can't talk price. They can't talk financing.
Just features and specs.
Yep, but hopefully there is a bill going through the Iowa legislature right now to hopefully allow it to happen. Fingers crossed. Do I think it's going to happen? No.
We had a bill in Washington, SB 9971 or something like that, that would have made it so that all car dealerships pay the same as each other for the car. So there's no A tier, B tier GM dealers.
Right.
And that they can't hide the real invoice with back end money. So if they show you the invoice, that's the real invoice. Oh, and also no direct sales.
Oops.
And I was, sorry, that last part? Yeah, no direct sales. No Tesla, no Rivian, no Lucid. And I feel like it was aimed at Tesla and that Rivian and Lucid were collateral damage. Good news, the bill has died in committee.
Excellent news.
Excellent news. I get the other part of it I liked. I mean, you got to poison the well? I don't see.
I mean, it's old Legacy Auto is just holding on as long as they can. They know they're dying. They know they're a dinosaur program, but they're using their power and their legislation to try to just hold on to whatever they can for as long as they can. I think it's going to happen. Their days are numbered. I hope.
I hope, but there's so much money in it. And what kills me is the depreciation figures. If you're worried about depreciation, get a lease.
Absolutely.
Get a lease. Because if it depreciates to 0, you go, great, take it back.
If you're worried about like your car getting scratched, get a lease. I mean, Tesla owners put PPF on their cars like no other car owner that I've ever seen because they want to protect the paint. They want it to look pristine. But these people that have been picking up these leases, they get it right off the lot and they head to the full brush car wash and they say, I don't care. It's not my car.
If you want to charge to 100 every night,
so what?
Get a lease.
Get a lease. So that, you know, there's a lot of advantages when you think about it that way. And factoring, I mean, 3 or 4 years ago, there wasn't a lot of depreciation on Teslas, but in the last few years, it's really been a hit. And I think if you run the numbers over a 2 or 3 year period of time and you can keep your mileage down, leases can make a lot of sense.
And I would add to that, the big depreciation numbers you've seen over the last few years is comparing Tesla's sticker price from COVID to the dealers before the actual markups, before the insane $10,000, $20,000 markups they were charging on many vehicles because they could. And the difference is all the money that Tesla got for that went back into R&D and cash on hand, where all the money that you gave to Hyundai and Kia and Ford and Honda went to buy the dealer a third chalet.
Or fourth. Yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
a yacht, their second yacht.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to have the servants in the main yacht. We keep them in the guest yacht.
Yeah, we're simple people.
We're humble. We're the most humble people you've ever imagined. Guys, what did we miss? What did we misunderstand? Check out Jim Spencer, Iowa Tesla. I'll link his X account and his YouTube account. He does some great fun stuff, some road stuff, some proof that you can actually drive in cold weather in an electric car. Is that true?
Rumor's true. Yeah,
oh my
allegedly.
God. What? I've heard it all. And everybody else, you know, like, subscribe, do the comments. You got to do the comments. We beg of you. And stay tuned, stay juicy. And I cannot wait to hear from you clever robots, I don't know, in Iowa, I suppose.
Yeah, there's a few.
Definitely let me know in the comments if you are from Iowa.